Guys, let's talk about how to create a custom audience from website traffic. This is probably one of the most, if not the most common way to create custom audiences, just because it's very versatile and you can really use it in a lot of different scenarios across a lot of different platforms. And so we're going to use ClickFunnels as an example, but you can use Shopify or any type of different number of different websites or things like that related to website traffic. All you have to do is just take your specific URL, and you're going to understand what I mean in a second. So we're going to go to create audience, custom audience, and we're going to choose website traffic here. Create a list of people who visited your website or took specific action using your Facebook pixel. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually choose one of my other pixels here. We're going to do so we can create a custom audience of everyone who visits your website, right? And so this is just going to pull data straight from your pixel. So if you have your pixel installed on your website, if you do all website visitors in the last, I think 180 days is the maximum here. You can do 30 days if you want more recent. You can do 7 days. You can do 1 day, right? If you want to do like, hey, I saw you were on the website yesterday. Here's like an awesome ad. But I usually do just maximum to get like the largest custom audience, because if you have the largest custom audience, then you can make the most accurate lookalike audiences and things like that. And so if you want to just do all website traffic, it's very easy. You can just call this everyone who visits my website. But a more common way that I actually like to kind of use this specific audience tool is people who do specific actions but not others, right? So let's say that I'm selling one of my courses, right? So we have the sales page here where it kind of tells you about it. It has the order page where people can actually figure out information about the course a little bit more in depth, and they can actually make the payment. And then after they make the payment, they see the thank you page, right? So here's the thank you page. And so what I like to do, and a custom audience that we've created for retargeting that is absolutely absurdly profitable, right? We've gotten some 33x returns. So for every dollar we spent, we got 33 back. For every $1,000 we spent, we got $33,000 back. So we get about a $32,000 profit using this exact strategy right here. So what we did was, instead of just doing all website visitors, we did people who visited specific web pages. And so what we did, guys, is we did people who visited the order page, right? So they show extreme interest. If someone just visits the sales page, you can tell that they're somewhat interested. They're definitely a warm audience. They're definitely worth retargeting. But if someone visits the order page, then you know that they're extremely interested. So we took this specific URL right here, and we actually did URL contains, and then use that one. So people who visited this specific website, but we're also going to exclude people who have not performed an action, right? So if we exclude people who visited the thank you page on this next funnel step right here, then we're actually going to get a much more kind of refined audience, because now we know that someone has actually visited the thank you page, right? But they have not yet seen visited the order page, but they have not yet seen the thank you page. So this means that they're interested enough to go to the order page, potentially put in their credit card information, but for whatever reason, they didn't buy, something distracted them, maybe, their Wi-Fi stopped working, or, any number of millions of different reasons. But the point is, guys, people who make it to the order page, but they have not yet seen the thank you page, targeted audience. It's the hottest audience you can possibly have, besides, of course, specifically your purchasers. And so what I would name this one is people who've visited the order page but not the thank you page. Order page but not a thank you page. Right, and so now this specific audience populated directly from my pixel means that anyone who's visited my order page but has not yet purchased yet, right, because people who purchase see the thank you page in the last 180 days, pretty much the hottest audience you can possibly retarget. We're going to create a custom audience of just those people, which we can then create, right, a lookalike audience from in the future. And one other point while we're on this specific topic is, again, website traffic here. A little trick that I like to use that works extremely well, and we're going to talk about event traffic in one of the next videos, but one of the things that I like to use that really works very well is this option right here, visitors by time spent. And you can target, 5%. I would do 5%. I would duplicate it. I would do 10%. I would duplicate it. I would do 25. But people who visited visitors by time spent in the top 25 percentile in the last 180 days. People who are in the top 25 percentile of visitors by time spent means that they spent the most time on your site, right? And you'll have an occasional person who just left their computer, but most of the time spent on your website directly correlates to interest in your product, right? So people who are in the top 25 percentile by time spent, you can tell that they are very interested in your product, and they make a very accurate custom audience to then retarget, and a very warm, or if not hot, audience to retarget, and again, a very accurate and profitable seed audience, source audience, to then create lookalike audiences. So I would call this one top 25% of website traffic. And you can do specific web pages, right? You can do top 25 percentile of your order page, of your sales page, any type of actual page you want, which is a good way to kind of split test even further and get more accurate, right? So we would create this custom audience as well. And those are two of my favorite hacks: creating custom audiences using the top percentile of time spent on your site, and then targeting people who've made it all the way to your order page or your cart page, right, but have not actually seen the thank you page, signifying that they've purchased. So those are two of my favorite custom audience hacks when it comes to website traffic. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys, and we'll see you on the next.